Santos and Dixon. Dos Santos 2 goals last week in the 2-0 win as they knocked out the New York Red Bulls in the semifinals. For Louisville, it was Fondy with 2 goals against Charleston as they knocked out the Battery to reach tonight's Eastern Conference Final. There's the whistle for kickoff as the Eastern Conference Final is underway in downtown Rochester. The Rhinos in all white have possession. Here's McMahon. Low ball driven forward. So Santos looked for that one, but Reynolds steps in front of him. And immediately a hard challenge from Apostolopoulos on the Golden Boot winner. Fondy, what a season he had. 22 goals in the regular season. Picked up 2 last week. And that's a welcome to the match from Apostolopoulos.
Yeah, very physical start from one of our center backs, but I think that's what you have to do early in such a big game, just show your presence.
Restart coming up here for Quinn. Dixon fronting the ball. Left-footed delivery, swerving into the box, the header, and one hops into the arms of Brandon Miller. Well, it's an explosive offense. Louisville, 55 goals in the regular season. The Rhinos, stingy defense, only 15 goals against. So it's a battle.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see tactically. I actually think Bob Lilly was right. He told us just before the game that he thinks they might play a back 3 just from seeing the lineup, and it seems like that's exactly what they're doing. So obviously they haven't been successful against us last time, and they tweaked it a little bit and see if that works better for them.
Last time was on June 13th. Forbes and Dos Santos scoring for the Rhinos. Murad will switch it over to the far side. Shanoski, heavy touch there to be able to keep possession. Finds Reynolds. Quickly turned forward. Van de Castile looks for Garzi. Turns, looks for Dos Santos. Dos Santos immediately double teamed. Taken away by Dakers. He's going to be a marked man after that performance last week.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of double teams on him. Saw the first one right there. I think that's something they will try to do, just get numbers around the ball when he has it.
There's Musin called for the handball just inside the Louisville half of the field. It'll be Walls, the captain for the Rhinos, to quickly go outside to Obasi. Little nudge from behind by Guzman, forcing Obasi all the way back to Miller. An outstanding season, 0.54 goals against average, breaking Miguel Gallardo's 0.68 in 2011 from Miller. Good win by McMahon. There's Forbes, spins away from one. Outside, Mendoza turns on the Jets. Still Mendoza. Left-footed cross, headed to the top of the 18. Forbes with it. Toe poke shot is blocked. 4th minute, the Rhinos applying pressure.
Yeah, I think that's a good start from us. We've had more of the ball. Most of the game's been in their half.
Still in the 18, high up in the air. Dixon battles for it. Forbes tries to go outside to Mendoza, just broken up. It's Guzman and Louisville on the counterattack, looking for Fondy.
Great tackle by Vasilis Apostolopoulos there.
And the Rhinos will come back the other way. Dos Santos is in the 18, but Reynolds just gets the leg out to stop the attack. And
yeah,
this one given up here for a throw-in.
A bit of a nervous start by Louisville so far, I think.
Bad giveaway there by Dakers, and the Rhinos will keep possession. There's a quick touch by Mendoza. Gets knocked off the ball by Guy Abend. And it'll be a restart for the Rhinos. Middle of the field, just outside the center circle. We're in the 5th minute at Salem Stadium. The Eastern Conference Final is scoreless between the Rhinos and Louisville City FC. Joe Giuliano and Julian Ringhoff on the call. Good step there by Dakers. Now it's got Fondi taking a look outside. Looking to get the space, but Burke's pass not able to find the mark. Burke, the USL assist leader with 10 on the season. After suffering a broken leg back in 2013, a severe blow to his chances of jumping up to Major League Soccer.
Yeah, he's had a great season, and I think one of the players that benefited from his runs is Fondi. A lot of his goals are off crosses from Burke, near post runs, so that's something we have to keep in the back of our heads.
Burke on that right side loves to push up. As Walls is called for the foul, it's Fondi who goes down again. And the referee makes the call. It'll be a restart coming up here for Louisville City. First-year club was 14-8-6 in the regular season. James O'Connor, the former player and assistant coach for Orlando City, the Irish footballer, patrols the sidelines now for Louisville City. As this will be Quinn over the ball, a player you're familiar with.
Yeah, actually, I know him pretty well. His dad, Brian Quinn, coached me in college. He's actually watching this right now. And yeah, Quinn really good on set pieces. Scored an amazing goal earlier this season. That was on ESPN top 10, I think. So yeah, we have to be careful on his set pieces.
Brian Quinn, the former Everton player and U.S. international. His son's ball is delivered into the box, and Mendoza hustles to keep it in play and saves a corner kick. Good job.
Yeah, typical Johnny play, like he never gives up, keeps that ball in play.
There's Forbes outside for the Mendoza motor. Touched out to Dixon on the far side, 7th minute. Canardo Forbes. Walls. And they'll switch it over to the near side for Garzi. McMahon, a soft touch there. It'll be a tough challenge. Van de Castile still wins it. Poked away, Quinn. Dakers. Back to Quinn. Finds Dakers with some space, crossing midfield. And looking for the captain, Fondi. Wasn't going to get it there, and throw-in coming up here for the Rhinos. Be sure to visit the 2015 USL Playoffs hub on USLsoccer.com. Everything you need to know about the chase for the USL Championship. Quinn back to Reynolds. Shanoski now checking back is Abend. Outside for Burke. A little pocket here for Rasmussen. Tries to settle, but
good back pressure by Garzi. Yeah, good back pressure. That's what we always talk about.
And Garzi, good job in that middle part of the field. Doesn't get a lot of accolades, but just comes in, does his job. Very steady.
Yeah, he reads the game really well. Him and Tony Walls together in the center midfield, so hard to break down, win a lot of tackles. So that will be key tonight, who wins the middle of the field.
Here's Rasmussen to Quinn. All the way to the far side and kept in play by Burke, but poked away by Guzman. Abend to Guzman. Guzman, the 26-year-old, scored in that April 16th game in the 34th minute to equalize against Rochester 1-1. 4,700 fans at Slugger Field for that one. An outstanding year for Louisville City, big crowds. 8,517 last week for the 2-0 win against Charleston. Good step here by McMahon. Drives it middle of the field, but picked up by Abend. Rasmussen trying to thread the needle to Fondi, couldn't find that space. Gets it back. Guzman, low shot. Miller to his right makes the save. Well, championship on the line here. The opportunity to host it The winner of this one will host next week against Oklahoma City Energy FC or the LA Galaxy 2, who will meet tomorrow in the Western Conference. Sprinting forward there was Forbes, but headed out of play by Reynolds, and the Rhinos will pick up their first corner kick of the match. 11th minute and scoreless. It'll be Forbes over to take it. Canardo having a great season. 3 goals and 5 assists in 27 regular season matches.
Yeah, and especially towards the end of the season, we started to get better on those set pieces. In the last few games, we're very dangerous. So we'll see if we can get something going here.
Official having a few words with the big guys in the box. Cleans up the mess. Forbes gets the whistle. Steps in. Good delivery. Header at the 6. Still a loose ball. And cleared out to the far side, where Quinn will take no chances.
Yeah, great corner by Canardo.
It'll be Obasi to take the throw-in. Rhinos 12-0-2 on home turf. 13-0-2 if you add in last week's victory over New York Red Bulls 2. Charleston were the only other undefeated team on home turf. They were 8-0-6 in the regular season. Since then, they've been knocked out by this expansion Louisville City team. Here's Dakers, tripped up on the near side. The Louisville bench up in arms, and they'll get the call here, but no card. It'll be Quinn to take it, the 22-year-old. Former draft pick of the Philadelphia Union in the 2014 Super Draft of the MLS. Here's Reynolds. On the near side now, Murad.
Yeah, Murad usually a center back, but with his back 3, he plays on the left now. It'll be interesting to see if he's actually going to move up or play more conservatively.
Looking for Fondi. Van de Castile, powerful header, gets it up to midfield. Now Fondi goes outside, looking for Burke. It's behind him. And a throw in here for the Rhinos. Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive playoff news and interactive content. The USL on Facebook. Well, normally it's Christian Silva who sits in the analyst chair, but tonight he's been busy with the pregame tailgate party.
Yeah, we actually, us injured players, let's see what happens now.
Forbes is held up there defensively by Reynolds.
Yeah, the few players that are injured right now have been helping out to promote this game, so he ran a little tailgate especially for the younger fans, and I think he's still cleaning up there before he can join you here on the broadcast.
Doing a great job stepping in for him, just like he did last week. Thank you very much. There's Guzman to Burke. We are in the 14th minute, and scoreless as Obasi strips it away. Finds Dixon. Forbes almost gets it through there, but a long reach broken up.
Yeah, that's a
Quinn for Fondi now. This one will roll out of play. It'll be a goal kick coming up for Miller. And the Rhinos, what a season for Fondi as he broke the regular season goal scoring record. It was Kevin Molino who had 20 in 2014. But there's another guy too from Oklahoma City, Danny Koenig, 21 goals as well. So he had an outstanding season there in the Western Conference.
Yeah, fortunately we actually were able to shut down Fondi in the 2 regular season games. He hasn't scored against us yet, so it'll be interesting to see if we can shut him down again today.
Play on, advantage here as Garzi picks up the loose ball. Dos Santos holding his right leg, a shot from distance, and it just sails wide. Canardo Forbes, a little bit of a knuckle on that one as it was dipping in, and Scott Goodwin had to take a real close look at that one. Here's a look at it.
Yeah, great shot by Canardo. He's good with both feet. Left-footed this time. Usually prefers the right foot, but as I said, he can score with both feet.
Santos is up, gets a word from the official along with Dakers. There'll be a goal kick coming up here for Scott Goodwin, the 24-year-old, played in 27 of the 28 regular season games, 8 clean sheets. Played at the University of North Carolina. Now played back to the Louisville keeper. Here's Walls picking up middle of the field to McMahon. 16th minute and scoreless at Salem Stadium. Winner moves on to the USL Championship. Bossi. Pass intercepted, but Forbes comes back to win it for the Rhinos.
Good back pressure once again.
McMahon to Garzi. Mendoza chips it, gets taken down. Quinn called for the foul. Restart here for the Rhinos. Be sure to follow at USL on Twitter. Keep up with all of the live action during the 2015 USL playoffs. Mendoza will set this one up. 25 years old, 3 goals, 2 assists on the season for the former Orlando City player, Johnny Mendoza. Steps into it. Swerving ball into the box. Goodwin punches it away. Forbes takes the one-timer, trickles through, and cleared off the line by all people, Matt Fondi. The Golden Boot winner coming back on the defensive side. And here's a look at that replay, Julian.
Yeah, I think if the goalie comes out, he should probably try to catch that or at least punch it further out. Not a good play by Goodwin there. And we almost scored.
17th minute, Fondi saving the day. A corner kick. The header, one hop, and Goodwin is there to make the save. Forbes didn't have a lot of pace on that one, but it got through the crowd, and the last defender finally gets a touch on it for Louisville. Fondi backing into Mendoza. They'll call Mendoza for the foul. Quick restart taken. A bend, the 24-year-old from Israel. Out to the far side for Shinosky. Now a bend. Stood up at midfield. Pass is blocked away by Obasi. A throw coming up here for Louisville. Away from home, Louisville City in the regular season 5-4.
Children and families are the foundation of a strong community. For over 177 years, we've helped families become stronger, stay together, and realize their full potential. Hillside, strengthening our community, one family
Reynolds.
at a time. Visit hillside.com
18th minute.
for more information.
Possession in their own half for Louisville City. Burke. No one there. The Reynolds will take it back. Mendoza. Fondi outside to Burke. Apostolopoulos steps in to knock it down the flank. Obasi tripped up. And it's going to be Guzman called for the foul.
Yeah, lots of fouls early in the game, actually. 9 fouls already after 18 minutes. It's going to be a physical one.
Let's look at that last challenge. Guzman spent the past 5 seasons with Carolina. Or Charlotte, I'm sorry. 92 games played. Right state, wrong team. Ben gets the header forward, now looking for Fondi, but Van de Castile nicely breaks it up, and the Reynolds will regroup defensively. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information.
Hot dogs of Salem Stadium, always fresh, never frozen.
Guzman to Burke. Deflected away from Fondi. Miller off his line. Quickly downfield. Looking for Dos Santos, headed away by Reynolds. Reynolds still with possession. McMahon. Dixon. Good ball. Garzi crosses, and another corner kick coming up here for the Rhinos. It'll be the third one of the first half. And it's Forbes once again marching over to take it.
Yeah, every set piece has been pretty dangerous right now. So see if they adapt who's marking who. I think Goodwin is probably going to be more hesitant to come out now after that missed punch earlier.
Forbes with the honors. Delivers. Header. Save at the line. Loose ball put in by Apostolopoulos. The Rhinos on a set piece have taken a 1-0 lead. The big defender, Vasily Apostolopoulos, in the right place to knock it home.
Yeah, great timing to score his first goal of the season.
21st minute, and it is his first of the season. Great header. I believe it was Obasi who got the initial header. But in the 21st minute, the Rhinos have taken a 1-0 lead on a corner kick from Forbes. And Apostolopoulos, in the right place at the right time, slots it home.
We're going to win the league.
One 1-0 Rhinos with the lead. We'll see how Louisville responds after giving up the first one here this evening. Smoke filling the air, crowd getting into this one.
Yeah, set pieces can be so crucial. It's crucial in games like this because obviously both teams are very good teams, and it's not much difference between the two teams, and so set piece goals become even more important.
Outside, it's Fondi looking for it. Obasi steps in. Mendoza looking for Dos Santos, headed away there. Taken away by Walls. The Rhinos coming at midfield again. Outside, it's Forbes with space. Still Forbes, cuts it back. McMahon open on the near side, 23rd minute. Forbes supporting, gets it. A low cross, knocked away by Reynolds. Quinn. Down the near side. Fondi battling with Van de Castile. Kept in play nicely by McMahon. And Quinn goes down after the challenge from Forbes.
Apostolopoulos unassisted in the 21st minute.
I believe it was Obasi who got the header, and then Goodwin made the save. And then Vasily was there to slot it home. So they're going to call it unassisted.
Yeah, a bit of a scramble play there, and we actually talked about this during season that we want to score these ugly goals sometimes too, because we haven't had many beginning of the season. Great moment to start doing that right now in this Eastern Conference final.
Well, the Rhinos in the postseason historically, when they score first, they're 27-3-2. An outstanding number for Louisville, including the playoffs this season. They haven't conceded a goal yet, but when they do concede the first goal, they're 3-6-2. A lot of soccer still to be played here.
Time Warner Cable Business Class offers a full complement of business
As the Rhinos have a 1-0 lead, 24 minutes in the third meeting of the season between Rochester and Louisville. Fondi played it behind Quinn. Dixon. Guzman steps in there for Louisville, gets it to Quinn. A bend. Back to Quinn. Now a bend. Gets it from Murad. Goes outside. Guzman working with Burke on the far side. They'll play the 1-2. Mendoza reads it well, breaks it up nicely. Good job by Johnny. Finds Tony Walls. Obasi goes down, still working for it. Finds Dos Santos, who turns and finds space. Dos Santos turning on the Jets now, stretching those legs out. He'll slow it up, look for some help. Double team there, Shanoski on his back. Still Dos Santos. And Ben comes in to help out. Burke and Reynolds will take no chances, try to clear it out of the 18. Can't. Now it is finally cleared away.
Good pressure there by
Louisville.
Opasi.
26th minute, the Rhinos with a 1-0 lead. Apostolopoulos in the 21st minute has given Rochester a 1-0 lead. Flag comes up for offside. Canardo Forbes flagged there. And don't forget that all USL playoff matches will be available live, free, and in HD right here on YouTube. Follow the action on the USL YouTube channel and watch the crowning of the 2015 USL champion. Here's Murad. 2 goals. Plays it to Dakers. Tries to get cheeky. McMahon steps in and wins it. Nice touch by the Rhinos. Quick throw in for Fondi. Double teamed. Lays it off for Dakers. Low cross deflected. And the goal scorer, Apostolopoulos, will take no chances there, as I think Miller wanted it, but Vasily had that leg ready to go.
Yeah, a little language barrier there, maybe.
Quinn nudged off the ball nicely there by Garzi. Dixon in the middle, picked up by Guzman. Now a bend. Chipped into the box, Fondi. Top of the 18. Guzman goes down. Louisville wants a call. Referee says play on.
Yeah, these turnovers in the middle of the field are dangerous. We got to stop doing that. Got an isolated 1v1 between Vasilis and Fondi there in the box, and that's if you give that to Fondi too many times, he'll end up scoring.
There's Shanoski to Burke. Guzman seeing more of the ball here. Intercepted by Mendoza. Oh, good touch from Garzi. Swerves it outside of his foot to Forbes on the near side. Back to McMahon. It's the Eastern Conference Final. In the West, they'll play tomorrow. Quinn flicks it forward. Apostolopoulos there for the Rhinos. Santos, big strong frame, flicks it to Mike Garzi. There's Canardo Forbes. Time and space for Canardo on the near side. Fakes the cross, goes to McMahon, finds Walls. Seems that Louisville content maybe to sit back a little bit and regroup after giving up that goal. A lot of time on the ball here for the Rhinos as this one's headed away.
Yeah, a good spell of possession there. I wish Vasilis would have chosen not to play the long ball there. Keep the ball a little bit longer.
Goes long again. Picked up to Dakers on the near side. 29th minute, the Rhinos lead at 1-0. McMahon comes in late on the tackle, and Matthew Kreider will have a word and a yellow card issued for the Rhinos in the 29th minute. It's McMahon in the book.
Yeah, that's a tackle. McMahon wins 9 times out of 10, but for some reason missed the ball there. I think he could have had it.
29th minute. First yellow card of the match issued to the Rhinos.
You'll have to be careful now, especially against Dakers, who's fast and good in 1v1 situations. Canardo will have to help double down Dakers for the rest of the game.
We'll keep an eye on that near side battle for this first half. We'll switch over to that far side in half number 2. Quinn, swerving ball, header. On to the near side, and this will come back out on a goal kick for the Rhinos. 30th minute. It is 1-0 Rochester with the lead off a corner kick goal, unassisted, by the way. Is the official score.
USL playoffs. How about USL
for Apostolopoulos' 21st minute goal.
For the USL championship.
Miller will have the goal kick, the 25-year-old. 13 shutouts in the regular season.
I wonder how much longer Louisville will stick to their formation with that back three. Because even though it seems sometimes that back three is a more offensive-minded tactic, it's not really, because you usually play three center backs and they won't really join on the flanks. Whereas with a back four, you have both two outside backs potentially joining the attack. So it's a pretty conservative choice, in my opinion.
They trail 1-0. We'll see if they continue to sit back like this or open it up. But again, they get exposed. Guys like Dos Santos and Dixon and Forbes. Don't want to give those guys an inch. And there's Van de Castile. Good job. Stepping in front. Dos Santos tried to get a piece of it. Broken up there by Murad. Onto the far side for Burke. Obasi, good pressure from him. A bend. Onto the flank for Burke. No way he's going to keep that one in. It'll be a goal kick coming up here for the Rhinos. Actually, no, it'll be a throw-in deep on that far side. There's the Rhinos' Anua Obasi, the 25-year-old. Picked up 4 assists in the regular season. Throws it down that far side. There's Dakers. McMahon steps in to help out defensively. Now back to Quinn. Murad. Into the box for Fondi. Put away by Van de Castile and over the near sideline by McMahon. Throw in here for Louisville City. All the way to that far side with some space and some time. Shanoski. Now to Reynolds. Tarek Murad. Dakers. Into the 18. Good tackle from Walls. And they're going to call the foul against Louisville City as the Rhinos will pick up a restart in their own box.
Great help there by Tony Walls, and I think that's been key for us all year, that we always have numbers around the ball, creating 3v2 situations. Great play by Tony there.
Miller will get the restart. Driven up over midfield. Flicked on for Rasmussen. Fondi stood up by Apostolopoulos. Goes quickly forward for Dixon. Avoids the first challenge. Nicely outside. Forbes has switched over to the far side. Still Forbes. Oh, good move. On to the left. Looking for an option. Forbes may have a small space there, but Burke breaks it up. And knocked away in the 34th minute. Here at Salem Stadium, the Rhinos and Louisville. 1-0 Rochester against the highest scoring team in the USL. 55 goals for Louisville. Pittsburgh and Colorado Springs also at that 55 goal mark in the regular season. This is played back to Reynolds. Apostolopoulos to Walls. McMahon. Nice touch outside for Canardo Forbes.
Great ball, and that's one thing that happens with the back three. There's usually lots of space on the wings. So maybe Forbes and Canardo can take advantage of that at Dixon and Forbes.
Here's a bend coming the other way. Walls picks up the loose ball. Mendoza. Takes a look up. Quinn battles Mendoza, shoves him down to the turf, and referee there to make the call for the Rhinos. Mendoza still down on the turf. And the referee is going to walk over to Quinn. And I'm not sure if he's going to give a card or just have a word. It's a friendly little chat. There's a look at it.
Yeah, I think he did well there, Quinn. It's a professional foul, but he was still like close to the ball, so I think that's why the referee hesitated to show him that yellow card there.
Dos Santos at the sideline. A few words with Bob Lilly. He'll shove back into the middle of the field, and Mendoza will go short to Van de Castile. Rhinos 3 times in the A-League champions, 98, 2000, 2001. Runners up in 96, 99, and 06. Dixon with a shot from distance. Off the mark in the 36th minute.
Yeah, good little seam Dixon found there between the back 3 and the midfielders with lots of space. Usually has a pretty good shot too. Won't be happy about that one.
Dixon, 3 goals, 2 assists on the season. As Louisville comes down to the near side. Tarek Murad. Dangerous ball. Ben has to hustle. Dakers. Oh. And the Rhinos bench absolutely furious. I thought McMahon stepped in nicely and got the ball. And the referee is going to push all 3 coaches back.
I think very clean tackle by McMahon there. I don't know why he called that.
I'd love to see that one again. It'll be a restart just inside the Louisville half of the field.
Yeah, the problem also with this call is it obviously puts McMahon in a situation where he has to be very careful from now on.
Here's the short restart, a bend. Dos Santos called for that foul. Murad. Dakers. All the way to Shanoski, a 23-year-old. A bend. Outside for Burke. Intercepted. Dixon, he's got some speed. He's got 3 defenders in front of him, though. Cuts it back. Serves into the box. Mendoza! Just up and over his head.
Yeah, that's what we want to see. As soon as you win and get numbers in the box, especially for Johnny, Bob always talks about it. Get in on that far post, and that's what he did there. Unfortunately, the cross a little too high.
The official supporters groups of the Rhinos. Both groups welcome fans young and old to join them in cheering on the Rhinos in section.
Good opportunity there. Let's look at that McMahon challenge. This is actually the restart or the service into the box for Mendoza. Just a little too high for Johnny. But McMahon earlier, we thought he timed that challenge beautifully. Much to the dismay of the Rhinos.
Yeah, all 3 coaches jumped up right away. Had a word with the ref.
There's Fondi to Guzman. Walls bodies him off nicely. Mendoza. Forbes. Low shot blocked. Reynolds outside. He loses his balance and gives away a throw in here to the Rhinos in the 39th minute.
Good momentum for the Rhinos right now. See if they can maintain that through to halftime.
There's the goal scorer, Apostolopoulos. Pass is intercepted. Gets it back, he's tripped up. Referee makes the call. On the far side, 40th minute, 1-0. Apostolopoulos with a goal, coming off a corner kick. A header by Obasi, saved by Goodwin, the rebound with the inside of the left foot, tucked home by the 27-year-old. Apostolopoulos is up and okay after that last challenge. And it'll be Canardo Forbes and Anua Obasi over the ball.
Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Obasi directing traffic. Chips it towards the 18. Quinn gets the head out at first. It's back to Obasi. And off the far side, it's Dixon unable to keep that one in play. It'll be a throw-in coming up for Louisville City. Louisville's inaugural season, their first appearance ever in the playoffs. Really an outstanding season for a first-year club. There's also talk that Mayor Greg Fisher wants to explore plans for a soccer-specific stadium with the hopes of pursuing a MLS franchise.
Yeah, hopefully they get that new stadium. We played at the baseball venue there, and it wasn't that good because the turf they put on the outfield.
Dos Santos, into the box. Trying to cut it back to his left. And broken up there by Louisville off of Mendoza. Didn't mean to cut you off there. Sorry.
Yeah, we were just all, when we went to that game in Louisville, we were all surprised by what they tried to do to cover up the baseball stuff. They didn't do a really good job on that, in my opinion, so hopefully they get that soccer stadium.
Big things in the works for Louisville. It's pretty amazing to draw the crowds that they have in a town that's so entrenched in college basketball, football. It's been a very warm response for soccer in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah, it's great to see that soccer is growing everywhere in the U.S. right now. The USL itself is growing so fast.
Got their own supporters section called the Coopers, named after the makers of bourbon barrels, 2,000 strong of the Coopers. I think a couple of them have made the trip here tonight. I saw a few Louisville jerseys along the near side.
Yeah, obviously they'd love to host the championship game and pack that stadium.
And so would we.
Yeah, and so would we, obviously, yeah.
43rd minute. A lot of soccer still to be played. The Rhinos have the 1-0 lead. As Dakers goes to Murad. And now Reynolds. Shanoski. Headed by McMahon to Walls. Off the chest, forward for Dixon. Bouncing ball, Reynolds called. Arms all over Alex Dixon. Quick restart, taken nicely. Canardo Forbes. One-on-one, cuts inside of Shanoski. Still Forbes. Top of the 18, shot. Blocked there by Reynolds. Pumped forward here, Vanda Castile. Fondi on his back. Fondi gets a touch on it, but it's going to roll over the end line and lead to a Rhinos goal kick.
Yeah, Grant has to be careful there. Actually, when we tied them at Louisville earlier this season, a similar situation led to the goal where Fondi won the ball. Probably fouled him back then, but ref didn't call it, and that's how they scored. So we got to be careful. He's always a threat.
This goal kick gets up to midfield, where Obasi will see it out of bounds and pick up a throw-in. 44th minute at Salem Stadium. Beautiful evening for soccer. Clear skies. 54 degrees. Canardo Forbes. Obasi. Still Obasi. Delivers. Onto the near side. Mendoza runs this one down. Walls. To his right. Low cross at the near post. Goodwin smothers it. Just looking for that one to trickle through. Dakers battles with Mendoza. Referee will call Dakers for the foul.
Yeah, Johnny's work rate is just, it's phenomenal. That sets him apart from probably everyone in the USL. I don't think anyone works as much in midfield as Johnny Mendoza.
Johnny, when he came with Orlando back in 2013, played 9 games that year, but you could tell something a little extra special in his game. His work rate, like you said, is absolutely outstanding. A huge acquisition for the Rhinos. That's one thing. Bob Lilly has an eye for talent. And here is one of those players now. It's Mendoza. Dixon to Garzi. 2 minutes of stoppage time in half number 1. Forbes. So dangerous coming off that left side, cutting into his right.
Yeah, the combination of him and Obasi on that left side, so hard to slow down. Both really good on the ball.
Obasi tried to play it to the top of the 18, broken up, sent forward now for Fondi. First half stoppage time, Fondi. Hampered there at midfield. It'll be a restart coming up here for Louisville.
Yeah, great help by Mike Ghazi this time. The 2 center backs dropped a little bit, so Fondi was able to control the ball, but back pressure from Mike Ghazi right away.
And Reynolds will go outside to Shanoski. Burke, 10 assists in the regular season. Held up there nicely by Obasi, gets it to Dos Santos. Maybe one more push here. First half stoppage time. Dos Santos 1v3. Still Dos Santos tripped up, and he'll win a restart late in stoppage time here.
Should be a yellow card, I think, if he's consistent, giving McMahon that yellow card earlier.
Here's that run forward by Dos Santos. What do you think, Julian? Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's 1v4 and still gets a free kick. That's how strong he can be.
Louisville lucky not to see their first yellow of the half. First half stoppage time. Shots 6-1 in favor of the Rhinos. Fouls are 10 apiece. As Julian mentioned, I think it was 9 fouls in the first 18 minutes.
Yeah. Very physical game. I actually looked through the season stats a few weeks ago, and it's interesting to see that we're one of the teams that commits a lot of fouls, but don't get a lot of yellow or red cards. So we've been really physical all year and been tough to play against, but in a smart way, I guess. But yeah, this one, a really physical game so far.
And Dos Santos has taken a few of those knocks. This time he's going to have to be seen by the trainer and head off for a little more treatment. Wall is set up for Louisville. Canardo Forbes is over the ball. A few more steps back for the wall of purple. We are in first half stoppage time. 5 in the wall for Louisville. Here's the whistle. Forbes, the shot, low. Bernette Goodwin. They'll play it out to Shanoski. Long ball, up and over everybody. Miller. We'll see this one out of play. And should bring half number 1 to a close with the Rhinos holding on to a 1-0 lead thanks to Vasily Apostolopoulos. And that is it. Matthew Kreider brings half number 1 to a close of the Eastern Conference Final. Rochester 1. Substitutions to see who has come off here for Louisville momentarily. Adam West, a former Rochester Rhino when they were in the USSF 2nd Division. Back in 2010, they won the regular season that year when Adam West was a member of the Rochester Rhinos. And Christian Silva, our normal color commentator, a regular color commentator, back. Welcome, my man.
What's going on, Hen? Nice
How
to
are
be
you,
back.
buddy?
It's been a hectic week, but nice to be back.
I think you covered every single inch of this city promoting the game tonight. Great job by you and the rest of the crew.
I'm starting to just see people left and right like, oh, hey, you're that guy. I'm like, that's me.
That's you, my friend. 3 substitutions here to start the second half for Louisville. It is McCabe, West, and Adams coming on. The Rhinos looking over their lineup. No changes made here yet for Bob Lilly's side.
And I think rightfully so. I mean, Louisville, they've still got that 3-man back line, but something wasn't working. They're obviously trying to get creative, that's for sure. And I think that's no surprise knowing Coach O'Connor, but we'll see. We'll see if it pays off.
For Louisville FC. Into the game, number 3, Adam West.
Here is
Number
Burke
5, Connor Shanowski.
on the near side, spins away from one.
Charlie Adams in for number 19, Guy Abend.
Looking for Obasi.
Number 11, Niall McCabe in for number 10.
All right, so the changes for Louisville. West has come on for Shanowski. And then McCabe has come on for Abend. And Adams has come on for Rasmussen. Those are the 3 of the 5 changes made here by Louisville in half number 2. As Dos Santos battles Guzman on the near side. Poked away, but Garzi picks up the loose ball. Canardo Forbes. McCabe hustles back to win it for Louisville. Adams will pick up a throw in on the far side. Charlie Adams, 21 years old. Played 20 games in the regular season, 2 goals, 2 assists. There's Reynolds. Onto the near side for Burke. Flicked on looking for Fondi, but Apostolopoulos and Obasi combined to stop that one.
And Rhino's just been very composed this game, very patient. It's definitely something we worked on during the week, and it's a game plan well executed so far. You know, stingy as ever on defense, but patient, calm, and really kind of showing Louisville, getting them impatient. I don't think they're used to not having the ball.
There's Burke for Fondi, lays it off for Guzman. Forbes just pokes it away. And the Rhinos coming forward now with Mendoza. Forbes keeps it instead. Now played back to McMahon. Forbes, he is feeling it tonight.
He's definitely feeling it. He's taking a few shots, dribbled a few players left and right, so it's definitely a good time to have your playmakers, you know, finding a bit of confidence. So
Louisville player is down, holding his left leg now to get up is Quinn, Aiden Quinn. Referee will stop the play and take a look at Quinn, the 22-year-old. Not sure if there was contact behind the play, but now there's a few players having words. Forbes being shooed away there by Garzi. And now he's trying to get back at someone. Canardo's going to want to be careful here, not to get anything foolish. And good job by Garzi to hold him back and make sure the cool heads will prevail here. In the 49th minute, referee's going to go to his pocket and he'll issue Forbes a yellow card. And I also believe it'll be Murad going into the book. 49th minute yellow cards issued to Murad from Louisville. And Canardo Forbes from Rochester.
I mean, not the yellow card you really want to see for either side, but it is something you do want to see. There's a lot on the line actually, and kind of emotions flying left and right, so it makes for a good game.
Canardo may have been okay if he didn't rush back in and look to get involved with that little discussion they had going on.
And that's the thing, the ref has no idea what's going on, but you know, you react, you change your tone a bit, and the ref just kind of reacts and thinks, you know, everyone deserves one.
And that is put back into play. Amanda Castile, smoke filling the Rhinos half of the field. A long ball looking for Dixon. Reynolds gets it to West. Pop back into the Louisville half of the field. Reynolds wins the header again. Obasi. Forbes off the chest. He has a shot from distance again. And it'll go out of play. Goal kick coming up here for Louisville. Scott Goodwin quickly goes outside. Here's Quinn. Trying to work the near side. McCabe to Burke. Still Burke. Forbes on his back. Looking for McCabe. Keeps it in play to the corner flag. Gets a soft cross in. Avoids one defender and cleared away by Garzi. Here's Burke. Back to Reynolds. Now Tarek Murad to Aiden Quinn. Looking for McCabe. Obasi neatly heads it back to Miller.
Nice, calm, cool collect play there by Obasi. Good to see him back in the lineup, confident and back in his stride. Had a bit of injury trouble in the later part of the season, so.
It's been so smooth tonight, along with Forbes on this left side. This one goes up and over Dos Santos. As Burke plays it to Quinn. Long ball looking for Dakers. Apostolopoulos gets the head on it. Over Dos Santos. Back to Quinn. Louisville with possession in the Rhinos' half of the field. McCabe lets it roll through to Dakers. Back to McCabe. Walls slows him down, knocks it out of play. Corner kick coming up here. McCabe, the 24-year-old, grew up playing with the Cambridge boys in Dublin before coming to the U.S. and playing at NCAA Division II Young Harris College. Earns a corner kick here for Louisville City. It is Quinn to take it. Into the box, and Miller catches it midsection on his goal line.
No problem there for Miller, just showing that consistent form he's shown all season. And the Rhinos just been locked up defensively tonight in traditional Rhinos form.
Yellow card issued to number 4, Aiden Quinn, not number 3, Adam West.
Flicked on back to Grinwis, or to Goodwin, I should say. Grinwis, the Rhinos' backup keeper. On the far side, Dakers. Van de Castile, off his foot, out of bounds. Quickly taken back to Quinn. Now Tarek Murad. Guzman, a little flick forward. Adams, still with it. Now onto the near side for Burke. McCabe, handled there by Obasi, still comes away with it. Shot from distance, and that is off the mark by Quinn. Be a goal kick coming up here for the Rhinos. Visit the 2015 USL Playoffs Hub on USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the chase for the USL Championship.
It looks like we have the first change for the Rochester Rhinos coming up. Number 4, Sean Tosh, looking to enter the match. Seeing who he's going to come in for. He's, like I said, we call him Mr. Everything.
Yeah, I was going to say, where do you put him? He's done everything this season.
Yeah, so, I mean, it just, who comes out is really going to tell, you know, the state of mind Coach Lilly's in, you know.
Good point.
Is he going a bit more defensive? Is he looking for a bit more possession in the midfield? So the ref, the 4th official, should be holding the number up right now. We'll see.
Toch getting some final instructions from Bob Lilly before he enters the match here in the second half.
And there's definitely 2 fans will be ecstatic to see Sean Tosh coming in. That'd be Bev and Mary Ellen Toch.
Are they here in the house tonight?
They are not, but they are avid, just unbelievable fans. I've gotten to meet one of them personally, but I've just heard so much about the other. And I mean, the fact that that reputation carries over means, you know, they're just crazy fans.
Should be proud. Their son has done amazing this season. And this will be the change. It'll be Garzi coming off. First change for the Rhinos in the 55th minute. Toch on for Mike Garzi. So if you break down that substitution, what do you analyze there?
Mike Garzi is just instrumental to that Rhinos midfield. Mike Garzi is just a horse, a worker, closes down space, gets on the ball, makes those passes. I mean, he does it all. But Toch gives you a bit more of that possession style, is really going to try and get on the ball, look for that pass, get it back. So I think it just says that Coach Lilly feels a bit, I wouldn't say comfortable, I don't want that to come across the wrong way, but he's content with where the Rhinos are defensively tonight. So I think he can afford to go a bit more, you know, more for the possession style, you know, see more of the ball for the rest of the game and see the game out. So I think it just says a lot.
Here is Mendoza seeing some space on the near side. Guzman tries to come back, takes him down. Free kick for the Rhinos. Guzman doesn't like it, but clearly a foul there against Johnny Mendoza.
And Johnny just been an absolute nightmare for this Louisville City team. And there's always that added bit of incentive for him. You know, was in the Orlando City organization, played alongside Coach O'Connor, knows a number of these players. Sean Reynolds played with Johnny Mendoza on the U23 PDL team, played with the right back Burke. So it's nice to see, and as Anu Abasi tries a famous move called La Boba.
What is it called?
La Boba. It's an Argentinian move coined by Andres D'Alessandro. Him and I go back and forth about that move a lot.
I love it.
It's a great move and a bit understated.
I love that move, La Boba. All right, we'll keep an eye out for that. Forbes, Adams wipes it away, throwing on the far side.
But sorry, back to what I was saying, John Mendoza, just, you know, there's that, always he's known for his work rate, known for just being an absolute engine, but tonight there's that extra bit of spark in his step today.
There's Toch, his first touch. Avoids Obasi, has to hustle to keep this one in play. Picked up by Burke. Fondi with some space to turn. Still Fondi. The Golden Boot winner with 22 goals. Plays it outside to the assist leader, Burke. To the middle of the field. Fondi. Out to Quinn. Former Rhino Adam West. Chips into the box. Over Fondi's head. Guzman to McCabe. Left-footed shot, doesn't get all of it. It's right at Miller, no harm there.
And a dangerous game there the Rhinos are playing. That's not an area where you want to allow any space anytime. And they've done a great job tonight so far, but you know, there are always all those slip-ups, those half chances they get, and Louisville's not the team you want to give it to.
Miller will get the punt back into play. Off the head of Reynolds, throwing coming up here for the Rhinos. Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive playoff news and interactive content. It's the USL on Facebook. Obasi throwing on the near side. Right in front of the Louisville bench. Dos Santos. Picked up by Reynolds, knocked forward now, looking for Fondi. Takes it off the chest. McMahon nicely pokes it away. Kept in play by Burke. Mendoza lets it run out of play. Throwing coming up here for the Rhinos, who will go to the bench once again.
It looks like it's Marcos Ugarte coming in.
And he is in a hurry to get off his sweatsuit. Not sure if there's an injury, but he looks to be
just excited to play, that's all.
Is that what it is?
That's what you want to see from your players.
I guess so.
Surprised he didn't have those basketball pants on.
I know, just rip them off. He's frantically getting dressed.
Man.
Gets the call, and he is gearing up for action. As this ball is played on the near side, looking for Dakers. Apostolopoulos, the goal scorer, breaks it up to Mendoza. Outside for Canardo Forbes. Gets around Adams. Sends it forward looking for Dixon, but headed away by Murad. Dakers. Adams. Back to Dakers. Walls backtracking. Throws out the left arm, and referee will make the call. Tony Walls will also go in the book.
Tempers are
yes, here comes the yellow card. Third yellow card of the game for the Rhinos in the 60th minute.
You know, we've got another look at it. Questionable call. I don't know if I'll pull the yellow, but I mean the Louisville team, made an absolute meal out of that. Everyone was chanting, pointing. So, I feel like the ref is also feeling the emotions flying around tonight. So he's been swayed both ways tonight. We'll see how he.
McMahon, Forbes, Walls, all in the book with yellow cards for the Rhinos. This one in the 60th minute, Tony Walls. The team captain shown a yellow card. It'll be Quinn on the restart. 61st minute, 2 in the wall for the Rhinos. Quinn, low delivery.
Oh.
Off the chest of Walls, we'll say, and leave it at that.
Be sure to follow USL on Twitter.
Looking for Fondi. That one will bounce into the box.
Let's move on to the next one.
And Miller will scoop it up.
That was
in the 61st minute.
Yeah, that one left you a bit breathless on that one. I don't know. Very lucky to go our way. That could have been interpreted many ways by the referee tonight, especially the way he's been. So
absolutely. Van de Castile gets the header. Pushed forward, looking for Fondi. Quinn swiped off the ball, and the call made again. It's Tony Walls. He's going to want to be careful here.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that tackle. Like I said, once again, the last few minutes, the calls have gone both ways. The players are all in the ref's ear, and he's kind of being swayed whichever way screams the loudest.
There's a close look at it.
Still don't see anything wrong with that play.
Substitution into the game. Number 2,
Marcos Ugarte coming on now in the 62nd minute, replacing Johnny Mendoza. And this is the second change of the game for the Rhinos. Mendoza has been good and busy tonight. Ugarte's got to keep up that same tempo and that same presence that Mendoza's brought to the game.
Well, if anyone's going to keep up that work rate, it's Marcos Ugarte. So it's like for like. And, you know, I think I don't want to say it's a defensive change, but he's trying to match the work rate. He's definitely not trying to go for anything different on that flank. It's a lot of work tonight. Louisville likes to get up those flanks, especially with Burke on the right side. So.
And Ugarte's first touch is a deep one downfield. Goodwin has to backpedal. And Forbes, he is on this kick tonight for the long shot.
Yeah,
he wound up there.
With somebody tonight, that's for sure.
Here is Forbes again. Dos Santos just behind Forbes. Good block there by Toch, denying the long service from McCabe. 63rd minute, the Rhinos lead at 1-0. Good bit of work from Ugarte. Tripped up by Burke. And this one is getting heated as Ugarte down holding his knee. It's the right knee that took the tumble to the turf for Marcos Ugarte. Here's a look at the replay against Burke. Ugarte's up and he'll work it off. That could have been a lot worse.
Man, I think that's a tackle that had to be made. Burke there kind of ate that play by Marcos Ugarte. He had to get it, especially on the sideline with Coach O'Connor inches away from him.
Toch. Chip outside. West heads it away. Charlie Adams. Obasi keeps it into the Louisville half. Still Obasi. Forcing Louisville to regroup in their own half. Burke. A high service on the near side. Good win by Apostolopoulos. A soft touch there from Toch. McCabe to Adams. Now Dakers, 65th minute. Driven ball into the box. And Quinn battles with Forbes. Canardo comes away with it for the Rhinos. There's McMahon pressured by Fondi. Has to just clear it up. Reynolds and Louisville regroup again with Guzman.
And after that little spell of fouls left and right, the game has lost a bit of its control on both sides. The ball's just going back and forth. Both teams just a good play followed by a bit of a careless play, as we see right there. Sean Reynolds passes it out of bounds. Both teams just feeling the emotion right now.
Yeah, tension is definitely building here in the 65th minute. As the Rhinos have a 1-0 lead. Looking to hold on here and host the USL Championship match next Friday right here at Salem Stadium. As Ugarte looking to pressure Reynolds. Wins a throw-in for the Rhinos.
And Rhinos absolutely just hunting down Sean Reynolds right there, just showing that intensity, that work rate that they have collectively tonight.
It's going to take a solid group effort for the Rhinos to reach the final and host here at Salem Stadium. A lot of time still on the clock. And against a high-scoring Louisville team, they buried 55 during the regular season. And they've got a Rhinos defensive wall that only gave up 15
And the Louisville team just held the 3 shots today as, you know, they're definitely feeling it. You know, I don't think they're comfortable right now. They're not used to not controlling the game, you know, whether it's possession, whether it's with shots. So they've got to adapt, and I haven't seen it yet.
There's Burke. Double team with Obasi and Ugarte. And Guzman plays it back to Reynolds. Outside now. West. Back to Quinn. McCabe gets it back. Good body there by Dos Santos. Forward for Dixon. Near flank. It is Ugarte. Double teamed. Dakers comes away with it. He's been busy tonight, Dakers. Gets it to Fondi, looking to get inside, now back outside for Burke. Toch closing the space. And Dakers, bad giveaway there.
And Dakers has got to be feeling it. He's put in a lot of miles today. I think Ringoff mentioned it in the first half. That 3-5-2, which comes off as an attacking formation, really forces the wingers, Dakers in particular, to cover the entire flank. You've got no width on that back line, so all of a sudden, as much as you want to be attacking in a 3-5-2, Dakers was really playing as a wingback in that first half.
There's one of those wingbacks trying to push up. West doesn't find the end of the ball. Throwing coming up here for the Rhinos. Follow at USL on Twitter to keep up with all of the live action during the 2015 USL playoffs.
Pick up Molson Canadian. Molson Canadian is a proud sponsor of your Rochester Rhinos.
Flicked on by Tony Walls. Back to Goodwin. Pushes it into the Rhinos half. McMahon well-timed. Good win. Hard header. That does it again.
As consistent as ever.
He has been good all season long, and there he is. 3 defensive plays in a row by Pat McMahon. Now can the Rhinos get possession back? It's Reynolds and Louisville with it to West on the far side. Adams. Dakers. There's Adams. And they turn the corner on Van de Castile. Can't. Blocked by the Rhinos, and they'll say it was over the end line. It'll be goal kick coming up here for Bob Lilly's Rochester Rhinos.
Once again, we see why Grant Van de Castile was named Defender of the Year. Consistent as ever, never in the wrong position. Strong, fast. I mean, has done it all. The entire Rhinos back line, I mean, you credit to him. Matt Fondy's had a fantastic season, but we haven't seen him tonight. And it's just good positioning, intelligent. So far.
Kidding, I know.
So far.
I'm just kidding. 69th minute, McMahon went down. He had a little bit of a cramp. I think Van de Castile applied the cramp treatment, but the trainer was called on, so now Pat has to stay off until the official feels it's time for him to enter the pitch once again, and he's called back onto the field. Here's West. Behind Quinn, Forbes picks it up. Dos Santos. Dos Santos. Pushed off the ball. Murad called for the foul. And a dangerous restart coming up here for the Rhinos as the Dos Santos train was getting revved up. Such a handful to deal with.
Absolutely. I mean, even if you do manage to get close, he's so big and strong. I mean, you don't want to run into him. You're going to leave with
2 great options on the ball for the Rhinos, Forbes and Tony Walls. The wall set in place for Louisville. Here's the whistle. Walls, the shot. Deflected off the wall. Far side, corner kick. 4th one of the match coming up for the Rhinos. In the 21st minute, a corner kick led to the Apostolopoulos goal. We'll see if the Rhinos can repeat the magic.
There we go, the Rhinos just always a deadly team on set pieces. Whether they're hot or not, the height just always plays a factor for them.
There's Forbes on the delivery on the far side. Low cross. Shot. Put back in front and out of play as the flag comes up on the far side. Walls couldn't keep that one into play, and third change coming up here for the Rhinos in the 71st minute. Rolf Stryker coming on for McMahon, but I'm sure there's going to be some other adjustments to balance that change out.
Looks like Alex Dixon is going back to right back. Interesting. Interesting. Not, actually, it's a position we saw Alex Dixon play a few weeks back. We saw him at left and right back. Yeah, I mean.
McMahon did have a cramp a couple of minutes ago, but appeared to have worked through that situation, but Babylon not taking any chances. Puts Dixon all the way back on defense. Rolf up top with Dos Santos. Adams goes down, foul called. 72nd minute, the Rhinos with a 1-0 lead. Quinn will have a restart for Louisville City. Louisville pushing some bodies into the box. Chipped into the 18 for Fondi. Obasi gets the head on it, and Ugarte, high clearance. Rolf slips. Dos Santos comes in to help out. Back to Obasi. Now Colin Rolf holding his side. Not sure if he took a knock. He's going to try and work through it. Holding his right side. Rolf just came on in the 71st minute. Burke heads it forward. McCabe, quick cross, and well read there by Miller, not staying on his line. Now to Obasi. Dos Santos battles. Rolf picks up the mess. Slide tackle from Guzman. Referee says he got the ball. And the crowd does not like that one.
He got the ball, but after he got both of Colin Rolf's legs there, so.
It's been a chippy one here tonight.
It's definitely a point in the game where you don't want to lose control. Tackles flying left and right.
It's getting chippy here, and the Rhinos want to be careful. They've got 3 players with yellow cards already. Forbes, Walls, McMahon, Murad is in the book for Louisville. And I think you're right, it is getting a little out of control.
Yeah, it's like I said, it starts with those fouls that you don't call, that you let slip away thinking they're just innocent, and all of a sudden, you've lost control of the game.
There's a look at the last foul that took place on the far side. It's Dixon coming in, and he is going to get a yellow card, I believe, as the referee is trying to separate the two sides. He had his hand in his pocket. And the official will call the trainer on for Louisville. And the official's going to have a word with his assistant. And that's not good. When they converse, sometimes it is even worse than a yellow card.
Oh, absolutely.
He's reaching in to his upper pocket, checking to see who's got cards so far for the Rhinos. And did you see a card come out?
I saw one. He's writing something. It's obviously.
A yellow card has been assessed to Rochester Rhinos number 3, Alex
It is Dixon.
Yeah, there we go. It is for Alex Dixon.
I didn't see the card come out, but apparently it did. And it is noted in the book that Dixon, in the 75th minute, has been served a yellow card. Now the referee is being called over by the 4th official because the trainer had been summoned onto the field, and then he came back off. So the 4th official is going to discuss this with the man in the middle.
Yeah, I think. I'm not sure what's going on. There's a lot of.
This is chaos.
A lot of coaches standing on the field right now.
James O'Connor giving
Coach O'Connor just
the 4th official a good piece of his mind.
Sweet nothings in the 4th official's ear right now.
The referee did signal for the trainer to come on.
I mean, he was halfway across the field.
Yeah, and then he came right back off.
But if the trainer comes on, the injured player has to leave the field. Correct.
So Louisville's Adam West was the player who went down. And now he comes back onto the field. All right, 76th minute into the box. Miller avoids the crowd and gets this ball out of the air. Buckle up. It is going to be a finish here at Salem Stadium.
There you go.
A spot in the 2015 USL Championship on the line.
Ooh, there's nothing there, shoulder to shoulder.
Foul called on Dos Santos. We quickly go to Guzman. Toch to Rolfe, to Walls. Now Dixon. West will shield off Canardo Forbes, and a goal kick coming up here.
Rochester, the Radisson Riverside is the premier venue for your upcoming conference, wedding, meeting, or social gathering.
Goodwin
The staff dedicated to
plays it
providing
short
outstanding service.
to Quinn.
Radisson Riverside
Now
has
Guzman,
everything you need
Toch
to give
applying
your
pressure.
memorable event.
Back to Murad. On the far side, West. Goes forward looking for Fondi. Van de Castile will pound this one up and over the far side stands.
Absolutely wanting nothing to do with that ball. I hope it didn't hit my car.
It was close to the parking lot. You got a hold of that one. Reynolds, center circle. Guzman. Burke tries to play the 1-2 with McCabe. It's not on. And it'll be a throw in the 78th minute. The Rhinos looking to hold on here. In the West tomorrow, OKC Energy hosting LA Galaxy 2. 7 p.m. at Taft Stadium. Long ball looking for Fondi in the 79th minute. Double team nicely. Dixon comes away with it. Rolfe settles. Back to Obasi. Onto the near side, headed away by Reynolds. Quinn. Walls battle for it. And Quinn goes down. And another change coming up here. Fourth change of the game. In the 79th minute, Polak is coming on for Louisville City. He'll replace number 2, Burke.
Replacing number 2, Brian Burke. Polak for Burke in the 79th minute.
Burke, 10 assists on the season, led the USL, and bit surprised he's coming off.
Yeah, I think he looked down, looked back up again.
I don't think he could believe it.
To be fair, I'm a bit confused as well. That's your assist leader right there, and it's definitely been a factor in this match down the right flank. So
there's Quinn. Fondi. Just nowhere to go. Fondi stood up there by Rolfe in the Rhinos' defense. Long ball looking for Dos Santos. West gets the head on it. Guzman heads it out of play. 80th minute, the Rhinos lead at 1-0. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information.
Courtesy of Camp Good Days. Use the hashtag Rhinos4Camp with a picture you've taken at the game, and you can be selected this week's Fan of the Week. Check our social media every
There's
Tuesday
Forbes.
during the season to see if
West
you've won.
battling there. Forbes to Walls. Toch. Broken up by McCabe, looking for Ugarte. McCabe gets away from one. A little too much on the pass for Dakers. And it'll be a throw-in for the Rhinos in the 80th minute.
Car Wash. Getting your ride clean in all cars. You can redeem your ticket stub for tonight's game at any Buckman's Car Wash locations by closing
Rhinos
tomorrow
looking to
for a
return
$2.99 car wash.
to that
Buckman's,
championship
your
form
hometown
of
car wash.
98, 2000, and 2001. They've also appeared in the finals in 96, 99, and 2006. As it's Dixon pushing it on the far side for Forbes. Cutting inside is Canardo Forbes. Back outside. Walls Quick touch.
And
good one out of the air.
A good idea. Ugarte had snuck in on that weak side.
Heavy touch by Guzman. Toch stepped in to break it up. Walls comes in again. Good pressure from the Rhinos.
Absolutely
Keeping it here.
Rhinos defenders.
Forbes hustles to keep this one on the far side, and he does. Looks, crosses. Dos Santos was winding up.
The excitement just continues to build as the game goes on. It's going to be a great finish in the final 9 minutes.
Looking for Dakers. The two number 7s battle on the near side. Obasi will let it roll out of play in the 82nd minute. The Rhinos throw in an unlikely source on the score sheet. Vasily Apostolopoulos in the 21st minute is all that separates these two clubs right now. All the way back to West, has to hustle back and regroup. Adam West, the 27-year-old, sends a ball into the near side where Obasi wins the battle in the air. Reynolds cuts it inside around Rolfe. There's Quinn. Outside to West. And back onto the near side. Obasi and McCabe in the air. It's going to be Obasi all game long, and he wins it again. Dos Santos. Picked up there by Ugarte. Quinn, and uh-oh. There's a whistle, and Obasi's going to be shown a red card for the headbutt. That's not Obasi, I'm sorry, Dos Santos. Right in front of the official.
And that's just what they were looking for. Quinn has gone down on every little butterfly that has touched him today, and he baited him right into it.
Quinn will run over to the sideline to get tended to, and it's Dos Santos in the 83rd minute for the headbutt. In plain view, the official is right there, and it's a straight red card. Should the Rhinos win, their big gun will not be available next week. Rolfe is down holding his knee. Referee wants to have him step off, as it looks like Quinn has to be bandaged up after the headbutt from Dos Santos. No reason for that.
I mean, he needs body armor for the amount of fouls he's been going down for tonight. I mean, just baited him right into it, though.
Sure did. Sure did. 84th minute. A poor, momentary lapse of judgment by Dos Santos sends him off. Rolfe is banged up. The Rhinos are going to have to scramble here down the stretch, playing a man down. As Polak has it. Low cross, chipped in, and Murad knocks it out of play.
And that Rhinos versatility we talked about every single game this season is going to be put to the test for the last 6 minutes of the game. Sonny Samuels is definitely a player with tremendous tools, tremendous pace, so it's his time to shine right now. And the Rhinos collectively, their time to dig deep and see this game out.
Miller's goal kick up and over midfield. Off the head of Fondi. Toch. Guzman gets it to Reynolds. Outside, Charlie Adams. High, deep ball, and that'll work in the Rhinos' favor in the 85th minute. Sonny Samuels will come on. Colin Rolfe is out. You want to talk about a banged-up front line. Rolfe, Valesky, Dos Santos, if the Rhinos should win, won't be available for the championship match. Sonny Samuels will come on in the 85th minute. Rolfe is off.
Sonny Samuels is not a player who is a stranger to the hero role. If you remember that Open Cup match against Harrisburg, came and scored 2 goals in a span of, I want to say 9 or 10 minutes. So it just goes right back to that versatility. So like I said, it's going to be put to the test.
It will be challenged, no doubt about it. 86th minute, 1-0. Rhinos lead. Playing a man down in the 83rd minute, Dos Santos was sent off for the headbutt. As West pushes it forward. Low cross into the box. Van de Castile is there. Knocks it forward to Forbes. He'll take no chances. Broken up by West and out of play. The Rhinos looking at the clock in the 87th minute, looking to hold on to the lead. Playing a man down. A golden opportunity here for Louisville. Throw in here for Dixon. Headed by West. Polak over Dakers. Apostolopoulos pops it up in the air. Dixon will push it back into the Louisville half of the field. Samuels battles with West. Out of play, throwing for the Rhinos. They'll take their time, eat away at the clock. As Dixon gets a look at from the official. It'll be interesting to see what the additional time will be this evening. The Rhinos taking their time here on the throw into Samuels. Foul called. They'll pick up a restart on the far side. 88 minutes. Chance to host the USL Championship. Well, the Rhinos have a 1-0 lead. Forbes on a restart. On the far side. Into the box. Van de Castile with the header. Goodwin was in no man's land. A piece of that, it's in the back of the net.
Come visit the Genesee Brewhouse, conveniently located right across the
Quickly on the
Pond
restart to Murad.
Rediscover your love of Genesee and enjoy a fun, family-friendly environment with
Down the middle, looking for Fondi. Off his chest, cleared away by Apostolopoulos.
And Louisville just launching it these last few, but they've come here and tried to launch it during the regular season. Didn't work out for them. So the Rhinos just knuckling down and seeing this game out.
Toch wins the header to Samuels. Obasi pounds it right down the middle of the field. Goodwin. He'll go long again on the far side. Quinn. Knocked away by Toch. Popped up onto the far side. Dixon heads it forward for Forbes. 89th minute. Into space looking for Samuels. Goodwin will get there first. Punt down the middle of the field, broken up by Apostolopoulos, the goal scorer.
It looks like Canardo Forbes has gone down with a cramp, it seems. He's dropping like flies right now, these Rhinos, but...
Minutes to hang on to the 1-0 lead. Ilya Illich will be coming on. Guzman will be coming off. In the 89th minute, the 5th and final substitution for James O'Connor in Louisville City.
And Louisville taking out their pivot player, their deep line playmaker right there. I don't think they're interested in possession anymore. It's about throwing in the kitchen sink right now for them, and the Rhinos just really trying to get 11 or 10 healthy bodies right now on the field to finish the game.
Ilya Illich is 22 years old from Belgrade, Serbia. Also another player who played at Young Harris College along with McCabe. He was the NCAA Division II Men's Player of the Year in 2014. The Rhinos will go to the bench as well as Nate Bordeaux will come on, the 25-year-old. And he will replace Canardo Forbes. That is also the 5th and final substitution for the Rhinos in the 90th minute.
Substitution into the game, number 17, Nate Bordeaux. He replaces number 21, Canardo Forbes.
For Fondi, headed away nicely by Van de Castile. West. Outside for Quinn, back to West. Looks into the box for Polak, and a good win out of the air by Miller, who gets bumped into as well. 5 minutes of stoppage time. That is a big chunk. Miller got a high punt up to midfield. Bordeaux, foul call behind the play on Samuels. Murad will have the restart. We'll go to the far side. Charlie Adams West. Tariq Murad. We're in stoppage time. The Rhinos lead 1-0. Ball's pushed into the box. Headed away nicely by Bordeaux. Quinn, low cross. Forbes, or it's Dixon who gets away with it. Knocks it out of play. The Rhinos have a chance to regroup defensively.
Tremendous play there by Alex Dixon. Everyone just really digging deep. 5 minutes left, about 4 now, and you look down at the bench, Johnny Mendoza pumping the crowd up. Everyone's feeling it. Everyone's just, they've got that belief right now.
Rhinos with a throw-in. It's Dixon looking for Samuels. Picked up by West to Murad. Murad crosses midfield, looks, chips one into the box. Headed away by Van de Castile. The Rhinos solid in the air, winning everything coming in right now. Polak. Crosses into the box. Van de Castile again. And there he is once again to knock it out of danger. Louisville just pushing everything forward. Van de Castile and the Rhinos up to the challenge. Murad. West. Crosses into the box, and Miller, good job. Through the traffic and through the crowd. So calm and cool, makes the save. Throws it out to Dixon, who goes long on the far side and out of play. I think the Rhinos may have wanted that one punted. As it's Louisville coming back again. Obasi gets the head on it. Fondy's back heel cleared away by Walls. Midway through the 5 minutes of stoppage time.
Sorry, I'm completely silent. I'm feeling
That's
every
all
minute
right.
of the game right now.
You're out there. Fondy called for the handball inside the Rhinos box. And they'll have a chance to settle it down. Put it deep into the Louisville half of the field.
And then just close up shop.
And close it out.
Rhinos will do well here to get into Louisville half, because with the pressure they've been showing all game, it's something they'll keep it as far away from their goal as they can.
Miller gets a long one downfield. 2 minutes left of the 5 called in stoppage time. Walls called for a handball. Quinn has a restart for Louisville. Down the middle of the field. Apostolopoulos.
Louisville once again just begging for fouls.
Polak battles on the far side. Gets it back for Louisville. Wall steps up to knock it away. Quinn on the far side. West. Good block there from Dixon. And that's another one that'll go up and over the seats on the far side. Looking for a ball to get into play here. And there was 2 balls that were set up and over those far side bleachers. And this one finally coming in from deep at the other end of the field. Throw in here for Louisville. It's West to take it. Into the box. Swiped away there by Bordeaux. Back in down the middle of the field. Miller is there to make the save again. Quinn has had to come off the field because the bleeding has come through, and Tosh is coming the other way for the Rhinos. Asani Samuels in the 18. He almost dribbles the keeper, but swiped away there by Goodwin. Christian Silva will run down to the field and hopefully join the Rhinos for a celebration here. As we are minutes away from the final whistle, seconds away from the whistle. Dakers, corner of the 18. Into the box. Polak. Van de Castile sees it out of play, and it'll be a goal kick coming up for the Rhinos as the whistle blows, and this should bring it to a close, and the Rhinos should be on their way to the 2015 USL Championship match, as the goal kick will be taken by Miller, and the whistle blows. Congratulations to the Rochester Rhinos, as they will be the hosts of the 2015 USL Championship match against the winners of Oklahoma City Energy FC and the LA Galaxy 2. A 21st minute goal from Vasily Apostolopoulos stands up. And the Rhinos, playing a man down since the 83rd minute, hold on for the 1-0 victory. And another appearance in the league championship game, looking for their first title since 2001. And boy, did the Rhinos have to sweat this one out tonight, as it was a very difficult finish with Dos Santos being sent off. So here's your scenario for the championship match. On Friday, October the 16th, it'll be 7:30 p.m. right here at Salem Stadium. Again, the winner of Oklahoma City and LA Galaxy 2 will make their way to Salem Stadium. And if it is LA Galaxy 2, maybe a little payback from last year's quarterfinals, the Rhinos falling 2-1 at LA. Well, congratulations to Bob Lilly and the Rochester Rhinos, prevailing tonight with the victory on a goal from Apostolopoulos. But it really took a complete team effort by the Rhinos this evening, as they had to play a man down from the 83rd minute on. Everybody, a collective effort, working hard to make things happen. We will stay right here for an on-field presentation. David Wagner from the USL is in attendance this evening as the table being set up, and the Rhinos will be presented and honored at midfield as they celebrate the 1-0 victory over Louisville City FC. Rochester wins it 1-0 as it's Apostolopoulos and the Rhinos moving on to the USL Championship match in a very heated battle, a physical battle tonight with a very good first-year club in Louisville City FC. Take nothing away from them as the first-year club makes it to the Eastern Conference Final, as the Eastern Conference Championship trophy will be presented momentarily to the Rochester Rhinos. I'd like to thank Christian Silva and Julian Ringhoff for their work on tonight's broadcast. And don't forget that all the playoff matches here on YouTube, free and in demand, as you can watch the crowning of the 2015 USL champions. And Rochester looking for another title. As we mentioned earlier, they've picked up A-League championships in 1998, 2000, and 2001. They were runners-up in 96, 99, and 2006. Well, in the previous 4 seasons, the host of the championship game has gone 4 for 4 and lifted the USL trophy at the end of the night. Well, we shall see come Friday, October the 16th, right here at Salem Stadium, as the Rhinos in the huddle. Louisville also huddling, as it's going to be party night in Rochester, as the Eastern Conference trophy is just seconds away from being presented to the #1 seed Rochester Rhinos, who will play host in the 2015 USL Championship match. For tickets, visit rhinosoccer.com or be sure to call the office at 454-KICK. Again, it's Friday, October 16th, 7:30. It'll be right here at Salem Stadium against the 2nd-seeded Oklahoma City or the 5th-seeded LA Galaxy out of the Western Conference. David Wagner standing by from the USL and ready to present the trophy to Bob Lilly and Pat Erkley at midfield. So the Rhinos taking 2 out of 3 games against Louisville in the regular season and the playoffs. And let's throw it down to the mic on the field where David Wagner will be presenting the trophy to Pat Erkley and the Rochester Rhinos.
We're putting on a fantastic match this evening. But now, ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to midfield for the presentation of the Eastern Conference Championship Trophy.
The Eastern Conference Championship Trophy will be presented by USL Vice President David Wagner.
On behalf of USL, I'd like to congratulate the Clark family, Pat Coley, the Rhinos staff, the coaching staff, Bob Lilly, and all the players. Fantastic season, boys, and we'll see you on Friday.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2015 Eastern Conference champion, Rochester Rhinos!
Hello. I just want to tell everybody, I want to congratulate Louisville for the hard-fought match tonight and what a great season they had. But this isn't over for us. It's not about tonight. It's about Friday. It's the final. We want the final. So let's make sure you're here to support us.
Tickets for the Rochester Rhinos Championship game. That is coming up Friday, October 16th.
Congratulations to the
kickoff.
Rochester
You're on
Rhinos.
sale
As
now.
Pat Erkley said, it's
You can
not
stop
about
by the
tonight.
box office before
It's
heading
about
home
the
this evening.
championship match on Friday, October 16th, right here at Salem Stadium, 7:30 kickoff. The Rhinos will be hosting Oklahoma City Energy FC or LA Galaxy 2. Recapping tonight, it was Vasily Apostolopoulos in the 21st minute off a corner kick set piece that gave Rochester the only goal, and that stood up tonight to send the Rhinos to another league final. And they'll see if they can pick up their first championship since 2001. That'll do it for Christian Silva, our producer Jeff. I'm Joe Giuliano saying so long from Salem Stadium. We'll see you next week for the USL Championship game right here on the Rhinos Broadcast Network.